Welcome back. Today I will explain data modeling using the entity relationship model. This comes under chapter 3 of DBMS. This is called session 12. First I will explain high level conceptual data models for database design. Database design is defined as design the logical and physical structure of one or more database. Logically you have to design it, physically you have to design it. One or more database to accommodate the information needs of the users in an organization for a defined set of applications. Here, logically you have to design, physically you have to design one or more database, that is totally referred to as database design. Design process roughly follows following steps. First one, requirement collection and analysis. Suppose if you want to design, first you have to collect the informations, then you have to analyze. Analysis is nothing but a step by step investigation. Then conceptual design. How, how to store the data, what to store the data, where to store the data. Choosing a DBMS. Next you have to do the logical design. Logically you should have picture about the design. According to that you can write the coding or comment whatever you want. Then physical design. Then implementation finally. You see this picture. I have taken here mini world. There is first step is requirements collection and analysis. That is linked with the functional requirements. Then after that data requirements. Then conceptual design. Under conceptual design, conceptual schema in an high level data model. After that logical design, data model mapping. After that logical or conceptual schema in the data model of the specific DBMS. Then physical design, finally internal schema. Here requirement analysis linked with the functional requirements. There is function analysis, high level transaction specification, that is directly linked with the physical design. There is a DBMS independent, DBMS specific. After that application program, design, transaction implementation, application programs. Suppose if you want to design the particular database, you have to follow all these steps. According to that, what we can do, we can write the command, we can write the coding. If the user is satisfied, then only can go for the implementation. Final stage is for the implementation. Suppose if you want to develop any software, if you want to write any coding, first understand the problem, then analysis. Analysis is nothing but a step by step investigation. Once you do the step by step investigation, then you have to go for the design. Design means that we can use the database ER models, or you can use a DFT, data flow diagram, or flowchart. Then after that we can go for the coding. Coding is nothing but writing the instruction according to design. There you can choose any languages. Then testing and debugging, give the sample values, check whether it's working properly or not. Then you can go for the debugging. If there is any errors, you have to correct it. Then if it is working properly, then implementation. Bring the new system into working condition. New system into working condition. These are the steps required for developing that is what you are designing the database. First one, requirement collection and analysis. To document the data representation of the user functional requirements of the user. to document the data requirements of the users, functional requirements of the users. Functional requirements are the operations that will be applied to the database, including queries, and update the specification will then be used as the basis for the database. Here in the requirement collection analysis, you have to do it. Typically, activities are identification of application area and users. First, we have to identify the where is the application area and what type of users we can get it. Second one, analysis of existing document of application. First, we have to study the existing documents. Then only you can get the new idea, new design idea. Analysis current operating environment. What type of operating environment they are going to use. Response to user questionnaire or analysis. These are all activities comes under requirement collection and analysis. Next, conceptual design. Here, we can give the description of the proposed system in terms of set of integrated ideas and concepts. There are so many ideas are there. We have to integrate. The two parallel activities are, first one is schema design, second one is transaction design. First one, it examines the data requirements of the database results or resulting from the analysis and produce conceptual schema in a database management system independent high level data models. First, we have to design the schema. Schema is the overall design of the database. Transaction design, it examines the database application whose requests were analyzed and produced high level specification for this transaction. First one is what here? Requirement collection and analysis. Second one is what here now? Conceptual design. Third one, choosing a DBMS. It establishes which is the best framework for implementing the produced schema. There you have to select, you have to choose DBMS for producing good product to the user. It includes these activities. First one is a type of DBMS. Relational or network, hierarchical, object oriented. There are different types are there. Relational database is there, network database is there, hierarchical database is there, object oriented database is there. Second one, user and the programmer interface. You have to choose the user also and programmer interface. How they can interface with the user and program. Third one is the type of query languages. Choice made by or made on the basic factors. Query language, asking question and getting answers. What if a query language you have to choose? Next, software maintenance and creation. How we can maintain the software? How we can create the software? Then we have to give the training to staff and organization staff. If you choose the new software, then you have to give the training to people who are working in the company. Next, platform supported availability of vendor services. This is very important. Vendor has to give the service to the user, customers. Next, fourth one is what? Logical design. Logical data models add further information to the conceptual model elements. Conceptual model is there now. If you add some more things in logical design, It defines the structure of the data elements and the set of relationships between them. The main aim of the logical design is what here now? Structure of the database elements and set the relationship between them. Between them is what the elements. It includes these activities. First one, provide a foundation to form the base for the physical model. However, the modeling structure remains generic. Physical model, you know that concept term, how we can store the data. Next one is what here, all these at this data modeling level, no primary or secondary key is defined. Here no need to define the primary key as well as secondary key. We will discuss later on what is primary key, what is secondary key, what is a purpose and all those things. At this data modeling level, you need to verify and adjust the connected details that were set earlier for relationships. What type of connection is there between the elements or between the table, whatever. Describes data needs for a single project but could integrate with other logical data models based on the scope of the project. Based on the project scope of the project, you have to link or integrate with the other logical models if necessary. Designed and developed independently from the DBMS. Next, data attributes will have data types with exact precisions and length. We have to define the data types, but we have to specify precision, length, and so on. Next, physical design. A physical data model describes the database specific implementation of the data model. Here, just we have to concentrate on how we can store the data. It offers an abstraction of the database and helps generate schema. This is because of the richness of metadata offered by the physical data model. This is the main purpose of the physical design. There are several activities are there. First one, helps to visualize database structure. It helps to model database columns keys, constraints, indexes, triggers and other RDBMS features. RDBMS means a relational database management system. Next, the physical data model describes data need for a single project or application, though it may be integrated with other physical data models based on project scope. Here also what we can do, we can integrate it with the other physical data model if necessary. Next, data model contains a relationship between the tables that which addresses cardinality and null ability of the relationship or their relationship. Next, developed for a specific version of a DBMS, location, data storage or technologies to be used in the project. This also comes under physical design. Columns should have exact data types, lengths assigned and default values. Let us specify all this. Next, finally, primary and foreign keys, views, indexes, access profiles and authentication etc. are defined. Here you have to define it. Authentication, access profiles, views, indexes, everything should be defined in physical design. Implementation. Finally, after this, bring the new application, new system into working condition. That is called what implementation. Thank you. See you in the next session.